Hello folks. Those of you who have long followed my channel know that I find solutions to things that come along in life that might break, and I try to fix them. I also like to point out the issues I've experienced and showed how to fix on the many items I've purchased and reviewed on YouTube. So I found this item I'm going to show you by looking for something that I actually needed. Well, the pictures you're going to be seeing are from videos that I have previously made just to refresh you on what I have done to try to help any of you and what keeps me going. And maybe this device is just another item that you may not have known about, think you may need, or want to know about. So here we go. Well, most of you know I fly model planes and helicopters and really don't do any crazy stuff. I'm 75, I don't need to do crazy stuff anymore. I just fly, and what you see is what you get. You know, I've flown some pretty weird stuff, including my one-bladed helicopters, my no-tail rotored helicopters, and many older nitro-powered machines, including my UFO saucers. I fly my model planes and helicopters pretty cautiously and smooth like I would in a real aircraft, like a personal air show. I flew pattern events for many years flying stunt. That's what it used to be called. 3D is the term they use today, which is kind of an oxymoron because everything just sitting still and not moving is in 3D. And in the case of all the folks I've taught to fly over the years, I find most of them learn more from actually watching me fly than me telling them how they should fly. Yes, I have a few tips like my 9 helicopter tips, but they're just common sense. I always try to grease my landings as smooth as I can with the main gears touching down together. You know, that's like real planes. If somebody sees that, then they actually see what it's supposed to look like. I don't like to crash, but occasionally have, and you subscribers have seen them and why. You know, fixing is time consuming and expensive, and God knows I don't have unlimited funds, any sponsors, no social media ads, nor do I even have a gimmick. I just try to help, and I'm not doing it just to make money on YouTube. By the way, my Looper Vietnam video that I recently made and played guitar on got a copyright hit for me playing some chords together and not even singing. I disputed it and it had to go into escrow for 30 days, and I still lost. It seems many people claim they own those songs. I don't know how that can be. It seems like only one company should be the owner, not 12. So I don't usually put music on anything anymore. Also, it costs me more to make videos because I buy my own stuff and I spend many hours editing. In fact, when I started making videos for YouTube, there was no money being paid to anybody. It was only a handful of folks making videos. I just did it for the love of hobby, trying to promote it, plus trying to help those out who needed it. And most of my first videos were on early helis like the Icarus Piccolo, the Hummingbirds, and especially the E-Sky Honeybees. Pico Z's, you know. I made many videos on them. Well, later on I began buying all the Nitroplanes products and did many videos on them, all without getting paid for anything. I just did it because I love it. Now it seems everybody is reviewers, so that has dampened the field. I also do my best to answer every single comment, good or bad, and time consuming as well. I also don't buy anything I don't need. I don't buy something just to outdo the neighbors. For example, I don't have any airplanes or helis that need 18-channel radios, so I never bought one. I'm not going to go out and buy one just to say that I have one as a status symbol. Heck, none of my planes or helis need more than 7, so my DX8 and NX8 are just fine. And I still have a spare channel. Don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I have one. So when I make a video, I like to make an intro, a body, and a conclusion, like a movie or a book. So right now, this is the intro. If you're still hanging in there and with me, there's a point to all this, so hang on. So that said, here is something that I found that I think you folks might like, but it does have some limitations. And how I found this item was this way. You know, we're all seeing how dependent the whole world is on their phones. And at some point there'll probably be implants to do all this, so you won't even have to carry it. So I'm also seeing that there's a big push to go green and all electric. LiPo batteries power everything these days, including the power banks that I use to charge some of my small indoor helis, and especially when my iPhone gets too low. I mean, I really have come to depend on my power banks. So what if your phone is dead, your power bank is dead, and there's no place to charge either one of them? I know that everywhere there are AA batteries, every store, everywhere. And of course there are probably some in your home right now and something you could get them from, like an old transmitter, for example. I thought, why not have a phone charger that simply used regular alkaline batteries? Well, it turns out that they do, and I wanted to show it to you. Well, this unit is designed to use 4 AA batteries and will charge your phone in an emergency. You could use rechargeable batteries in it, but again, they also need to be charged. This unit has a built-in LED and a USB port for the charger. So I did some experimenting with it to see how well it works, and here's what I found. First of all, it's small, about half the size of my iPhone 11 and slightly thicker. There's an on-off switch that turns the light on or off when the USB is turned on. And it can also turn on the flashlight that's built in. There's also an LED that indicates that it's on and acts as a battery charge indicator. The batteries fit in really tight and won't fall out, and there's even a door that opens and makes it really easy to change those batteries. So I took my iPhone, which has a LiPo battery in it rated at 3,100 milliamp or 3 amp, let it get down to 10%, and with a new set of Kirkland batteries, I wanted to see how far it would charge it up to, since I know the AA batteries do not have a whole 3 amps built into them. Taking the amps out of the USB power bank is like a gas station pump for the car. I wanted to see how much gas I could actually pump into my phone with these 4 AA batteries. So right away I see it charging a little over 5 volts at 420 milliamp an hour, a bit less than a half amp an hour. Volts provide the pressure needed to push those amps into the phone battery. So I actually have a USB amp and voltmeter so I can measure what's going on. And I'm going to show you that. So to fully charge a phone, I would need about 6 hours to do that, as long as the 4 AA batteries would remain charged. But they are constantly being drained. So let's see how far it actually goes. Following pictures are actually time-lapse, so you can see exactly how far it got charged. So here, after 2 hours, it's 33% charged. 50% charged, about 4 hours. I am totally amazed that this thing is still going and at 59% already on these 4 little AA batteries in there. So okay, let's check the batteries on this thing. Well, first of all, it still has enough power after the charge to still light the LED flashlight and run this little fan. Just amazing. Handy little item. That's pretty impressive. I'm glad I bought it. So I hope you made it this far in the video, and maybe this may help you make some decisions and maybe even now know about this type of a charger. I know I now have an emergency USB port, and I actually am surprised it charged my phone up as far as it did. So thanks for taking the time to watch. My next video is going to be dealing with something very serious that has happened to me recently, so please stay tuned. This is the Night Flyer, signing off for now.